Some musicians capture our hearts and imaginations long after they leave us, their music becoming even more powerful and celebrated with time. While their lives were cut short, their legacies continue to inspire and influence generations. These artists might not have seen the height of their fame while they were alive, but their work has left an indelible mark on the world. Here are the top 10 musicians who became famous after they died. Let's begin. Number 10, Johann Sebastian Bach. Johann Sebastian Bach, born in 1685 and died in 1750, is one of history's greatest composers, but he wasn't widely famous during his lifetime. Despite his incredible talent, Bach spent most of his career working as a church organist and music director in small German towns. His music was known and respected in those circles, but it wasn't until after his death that he gained worldwide fame. Bach's compositions include over 1,000 works, ranging from intricate fugues and concertos to beautiful choral pieces. He had an extraordinary ability to weave multiple musical lines together, creating complex and harmonious masterpieces. However, his music was considered old-fashioned by the next generation, and he faded into obscurity. It wasn't until the early 19th century, almost 80 years after his death, that his genius was rediscovered. A young composer named Felix Mendelssohn performed Bach's St. Matthew Passion in 1829, sparking renewed interest in his works. This performance led to a revival of Bach's music, and he became celebrated as one of the greatest composers of all time. Today, Bach's music is studied and loved worldwide, a testament to his enduring genius. Number 9, Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson, born in 1911 and died in 1938, is a legendary figure in blues music who only gained widespread fame after his death. His life was shrouded in mystery and myth, most famously the story that he sold his soul to the devil at a crossroads in exchange for his extraordinary guitar skills. Johnson's music, characterized by his haunting voice and masterful guitar playing, captured the essence of the Delta blues. He recorded just 29 songs during his short life, including classics like Crossroad Blues and Sweet Home Chicago. Despite his talent, he struggled to achieve significant recognition during his lifetime, often performing in small juke joints and street corners. Tragically, Johnson's life was cut short at the age of 27 under mysterious circumstances, with some suggesting he was poisoned. It was only decades later, in the 1960s, that his music was rediscovered by a new generation of musicians. Legends like Eric Clapton and Keith Richards cited Johnson as a major influence, helping to cement his status as a blues icon. Today, Robert Johnson is celebrated as a foundational figure in the history of blues and rock music, his recordings revered by musicians and fans alike. Number 8, Nick Drake.
I never felt magic crazy since.
Nick Drake, born in 1948 and died in 1974, was an English singer-songwriter whose delicate, melancholic music found fame only after his death. During his lifetime, Drake recorded 3 albums: 5 Leaves Left, Brighter Later, and Pink Moon. Despite their beauty and his talent, these albums sold poorly, and Drake remained largely unknown. Drake's music, characterized by his soft voice and intricate guitar work, conveyed deep emotion and vulnerability. His lyrics often explored themes of nature, love, and existential longing. Struggling with depression and feeling misunderstood by the music industry, Drake withdrew from the public eye and eventually stopped performing altogether. Tragically, Drake died from an overdose of antidepressants at the young age of 26, a death that is often considered accidental. It wasn't until the 1980s and 1990s that his music began to gain recognition. Musicians like Rem and Robert Smith of The Cure cited Drake as a major influence, sparking renewed interest in his work. Today, Nick Drake is celebrated as a cult figure in folk and alternative music. His albums have been reissued and widely praised, and his songs continue to resonate with new generations of listeners. Number 7, Jeff Buckley. Jeff Buckley, born in 1966 and died in 1997, was an American singer-songwriter known for his hauntingly beautiful voice and exceptional musical talent. During his lifetime, he released just one studio album, Grace, in 1994. Although it received critical acclaim, it didn't achieve massive commercial success initially. Buckley's music blended rock, folk, and blues, showcasing his wide vocal range and emotional depth. His cover of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah became one of his most beloved songs, celebrated for its ethereal and heartfelt interpretation. Despite his talent, Buckley's career was cut tragically short. In 1997, while working on his second album, Buckley drowned accidentally while swimming in the Wolf River Harbor in Memphis, Tennessee, at the age of 30. His untimely death stunned the music world, and it was only after this tragic event that his music gained a broader audience. While Buckley's work has been celebrated and rediscovered, with Grace often cited as one of the greatest albums of all time, his influence can be heard in the music of countless artists who followed. Number 6, Otis Reading. Otis Reading, born in 1941 and died in 1967, was an American soul singer whose music gained even greater fame after his tragic death. Known as the King of Soul, Reading's powerful voice and heartfelt lyrics made a significant impact on the music world. Reading's early career saw him touring relentlessly and recording hits like These Arms of Mine and Try a Little Tenderness. His energetic performances and emotive singing quickly earned him a loyal fan base. However, it was his song The Dock of the Bay, recorded just days before his death, that would become his most iconic. In December 1967, at the age of 26, Reading died in a plane crash while en route to a concert. His death was a huge loss to the music community. Just months later, The Dock of the Bay was released, becoming the first posthumous #1 hit in the United States. Reading's influence on soul music is profound, inspiring artists like Aretha Franklin and Marvin Gaye. His posthumous success cemented his legacy as one of the greatest soul singers of all time. And number 5, Jim Croce.
This call. See the number on the matchbook is old and faded.
Jim Croce, born in 1943 and died in 1973, was an American singer-songwriter known for his storytelling through music. His songs, filled with warmth and wit, painted vivid pictures of everyday life and memorable characters. Croce's early career involved playing in small clubs and struggling to gain recognition. It wasn't until the early 1970s that he found success with hits like Bad Bad Leroy Brown and You Don't Mess Around with Jim. His music, a blend of folk, rock, and country, resonated with many for its catchy melodies and relatable lyrics. Tragically, Croce's rising career was cut short when he died in a plane crash at the age of 30, just as his song I Got a Name was climbing the charts. His death stunned fans and the music industry alike. After his death, Croce's popularity soared. His songs Time in a Bottle and Operator became timeless classics. His posthumous album sales surged, and he was celebrated for his unique ability to capture the human experience in his music. Today, Jim Croce is remembered as a master storyteller and a beloved musician whose work continues to touch hearts and inspire artists around the world. Number 4, Eva Cassidy.
Drift by my window.
Eva Cassidy, born in 1963 and died in 1996, was an American singer known for her stunning voice and versatile musical talent. Despite her incredible ability to sing across genres like jazz, blues, folk, and pop, Cassidy remained relatively unknown during her lifetime. Cassidy's musical journey was marked by her refusal to conform to a single style, a trait that both defined her and limited her commercial success. She performed in local clubs around Washington, D.C., captivating audiences with her soulful renditions of songs like Over the Rainbow and Fields of Gold. Her only studio album released during her life, Live at Blues Alley, showcased her extraordinary live performances but failed to gain widespread attention. Tragically, Cassidy was diagnosed with melanoma and passed away at the age of 33. It wasn't until after her death that her music began to receive the recognition it deserved. In 1998, 2 years after her passing, a compilation of her recordings, Songbird, was released and became a posthumous hit, particularly in the UK. Eva Cassidy's posthumous fame continues to grow, with her voice touching millions around the world. Her emotional and heartfelt performances have made her a beloved figure, and her legacy endures through her timeless recordings. Number 3, Janice Joplin.
Honey, but it never ever, no, it never shone on me, no, no.
Janice Joplin, born in 1943 and died in 1970, was an American singer known for her powerful voice and electric stage presence. As the lead singer of Big Brother and the Holding Company, and later as a solo artist, she became a defining figure of the 1960s counterculture and rock music. Joplin's raw, soulful voice and emotional delivery set her apart from her contemporaries. She wowed audiences with performances at the Monterey Pop Festival and Woodstock, and her albums, such as Cheap Thrills and Pearl, featured hits like Piece of My Heart and Me and Bobby McGee. Despite her success, Joplin struggled with substance abuse and personal demons. Tragically, Joplin died of a heroin overdose at the age of 27, a member of the infamous 27 Club of musicians who died at that age. Her death shocked the music world and her fans. After her death, Joplin's influence only grew. Pearl, released posthumously, became her best-selling album and included her biggest hit, Me and Bobby McGee. Janis Joplin is remembered as a trailblazing female rock star whose voice and spirit continue to inspire musicians and fans worldwide. Number 2, Selena Quintanilla Perez. Selena Quintanilla Perez, born in 1971 and tragically murdered in 1995, was a beloved American singer and songwriter who revolutionized Latin music. Known simply as Selena, she was often referred to as the Queen of Tejano music. Selena began her career in her family's band, Selena y los Dinos, and quickly rose to fame with her dynamic performances and charismatic stage presence. She broke barriers in the male-dominated Tejano music scene and won numerous awards for her albums, including Entre a mi Mundo and Amor Prohibido. Her crossover appeal was evident as she was also working on an English-language album when she died. In March 1995, Selena was tragically shot and killed by the president of her fan club at the age of 23, shocking fans worldwide. Her death sparked an outpouring of grief and tributes from across the globe. Posthumously, Selena's popularity soared. Her album Dreaming of You, released after her death, topped the Billboard 200 chart, making her the first Latin artist to achieve this feat. Selena's legacy as a cultural icon and music trailblazer continues to inspire generations of fans and aspiring musicians alike. Number 1, Tupac Shakur.
Peace. I let them niggas know it's on for life. Don't let the West Side ride the night. Bad boy.
Tupac Shakur, born in 1971 and killed in 1996, was an iconic American rapper and actor whose impact on hip-hop culture remains profound. Known for his poetic lyrics and socially conscious messages, Tupac, also known as Tupac, rose to fame in the early 1990s with albums like Tupacalypse Now, Strictly For My Niggas, and Me Against the World. Tupac's music addressed themes of social inequality, racism, and urban life, resonating deeply with a diverse audience. His charisma and raw talent made him a controversial yet influential figure in music and popular culture. Beyond his music career, Tupac also pursued acting, starring in films like Juice and Poetic Justice. Tragically, Tupac was fatally shot in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas at the age of 25, leaving behind a legacy that continues to shape hip-hop music and culture. Despite his untimely death, his posthumous albums, including The Don Killuminati, The 7-Day Theory, and Until the End of Time, topped the charts, solidifying his status as one of the greatest rappers of all time. Tupac Shakur's influence on music and society remains enduring and powerful. This brings us to the end of our video. Hope you like our video. We'd really appreciate your support. If you could lend us a hand by following us, clicking on the bell icon for notifications, and leaving your valuable comments. It would mean a lot to us, sending you warm regards from our corner of the world. Take care and goodbye for now.